today we have Ms. Lillian Pangelinan, the acting administrator for the NMI Retirement Fund, with her legal counsel, relevant to Article 15, which is an allegation of neglect for not remitting appropriated funds to the retirement fund. Ms. Pangelinan, before we start, I'm just going to ask you to be or advise you rather, if you wish to talk, there's a button on your microphone. Just press it. When the light on the speaker turns on, it means the mic is on. When you're finished talking, you can just press the button again. It'll turn off. I'm going to swear you in, and then after that, ask you to state your full name, your title, and what agency you represent. Thank you. Would you kindly raise your right hand, please, and turn on the mic? You can sit down. You can sit down. Ms. Pangelinan, do you swear or affirm under penalty of law that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Again, would you please state your name, your title, and the agency you represent?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have prepared a statement that I would like to put on record.
Please do so.
Good morning, honorable members of the Special Committee. My name is Lillian Pangelinan. I am the acting administrator for the NMI Retirement Fund. I assumed this position only 2.5 weeks ago, and I apologize in advance if, because of my recent appointment, I am unable to fully answer any of your questions. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to appear before your committee, as it is the trustee ad litem's and the fund's intention to cooperate fully with any legitimate request for information from the legislature. The fund is in dire straits due to severe underfunding, which has in turn forced the fund to consistently and progressively draw down on its corpus to pay for pensions and refunds. What we have provided you are the amounts of money received from both the central government and its agencies for the fiscal years you have requested. The documents indicate that the central government remitted the following amounts in employer contributions. In fiscal year 2012, as of the August 25th, 2012 pay period, 7.3 million. For fiscal year 2011, 4.4 million. For fiscal year 2010, 9.4 million. For fiscal year 2008, 8.2 million. For fiscal year 2007, 2.6 million. And for fiscal year 2006, 4.4 million. The total for all years is around $41 million. Because appropriated employee and employer contributions for the defined benefit members of the fund are embedded in each respective department and or activity's personnel budget, we are unable to compare what is actually paid versus what is appropriated for each respective fiscal year you have requested. For years, the amount of money the government is required by law to budget through the established actuarial rate has been ignored. Importantly, employer contributions remitted to the fund at the actuarial rate not only provide income security for government employees, but they provide payments to the current retirees. The numbers requested and budgeted last year and the numbers requested and budgeted this year for payments to the fund, as an example, do not begin to approach the amount required under current law. The fund's extreme underfunding is not a new problem and did not originate overnight. Unfortunately, however, It is now a chronic problem. I will make myself available for brief questioning, but again, I do apologize in advance, as my short tenure as acting administrator will make it difficult to answer some questions. Thank you.
Recognize Representative Guerrero.
Chair, Ms. Pangelinan has newly been appointed to this position, correct? Right. And the previous person to this position was Richard Villagomez, correct?
Correct.
Has he been subpoenaed to give us at least a better view of this? Because I think he was the longest person in the fund. And I know Mark Ogun is no longer on the island as well. But I don't know if Richard is still on island or off island.
The answer to your question of whether the former administrator for the retirement fund was subpoenaed is no. We didn't. We had to subpoena retirement fund. The acting administrator is Ms. Pangelinan. Now she has made a statement that she has just recently been appointed. I think members of this committee should keep that in mind. She has provided figures to the body. Perhaps we can pose questions if she cannot answer due to her recent appointment. Then, you know, we can either ask that she be given time to provide those figures, which I think we can, is a reasonable request, or the committee can decide to subpoena additional witnesses. But maybe we give it a chance, and maybe there are points. I'm happy to see that they did provide the committee with at least the total figures for each fiscal year. And I think really that's all we were asking for. Granted, fiscal year 2012 may not be totally accurate because the figure provided was as of August 25th, that pay period. But for the rest of the fiscal years, they are completed and closed, and we can ask questions about those figures. I wanted to ask, before we go any further and pose questions, our LA to provide the members with copies of the budget, at least the relevant sections of the budget relative to the retirement fund appropriation. However, in fiscal years where those figures were embedded into the various departments, that we be provided a copy of the whole budget. So I would like to take a short recess and ask that we make copies available for the members.